Somebody's already here. Hey. Oh, and they're gone just that fast. Am I that off-putting? I hope not. I'm gonna wait a little bit before I start talking for real to see who joins us because we're only like 17 seconds in. And while I wait, I will download this photo to share with my subscribers as a post so people will know we are going live. Hmm. Oh, I might have done zip file by mistake instead of an individual one. Hello, as you come into the live, please be sure to say hi in the chat so I can welcome you. Also, let me know if you can hear me okay. Um, but if you can't hear me, you won't know that I've just said that now, will you? Hey, Mel, hello. He said, this is a good surprise. Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that. I was losing a... You were losing at bubble shooter at work. Oh my gosh. And you can't hear me. Okay, great. Great. Yes. I woke up and I was just like, you know what? I want to do a live and I want to do one that's not like so teaching heavy, you know? Like sometimes I feel like my content can get a little preachy teachy. And sometimes we want help making a decision, or we just want to talk about something in particular that we need some guidance on. So I was like, oh, I could do a live in that vein today. So you guys get to pick your topic and you also get to pick your deck. I have 3 decks here, and in just a few seconds I'll get started with you, Miss Mel. Strenuous job, what kind of work do you do? Like, I know about the art that you create, but I don't know that we've ever talked about what you do for a living. Strenuous job. I feel like it probably has to do with some high-powered people if it's strenuous, right? Bubble shooter at work. And is bubble shooter like a game, like a phone game or a video game that you've been playing to help de-stress when you're at work? Because that's what I would do. Let's see. Yeah, I did do a zip file by mistake. Let me change that. Download, make that a single file. There we go. And then this way I can let my subscribers know that we're here. Yes, if you are just now joining, please say hi in the chat so I can welcome you. So YouTube post. There we go. And we'll select this from the computer. We don't need any words. Join us now. So I don't think we haven't talked about what work you actually do. You said, I'm an office manager at a small metal and roofing company. Strenuous was me. So in other words, you're bored at work and that's why you were playing bubble shooter. Oh, honey, make a change. Look, I just happened to bring my citrine today. Citrine, you know, is for like money, job success, career success, that kind of thing. And a lot of times when I do these lives, I don't pull a crystal go with them. Like every time I do a person reading for you guys, I absolutely have the appropriate crystals there. But after I set up, as you can see, I'm in a different environment than I have been with the lives recently. I'm in the living room today, and something just said to me, grab the citrine. So this might be for you specifically, Mel, or anybody else who feels like they would like to have a job that is in more alignment for them at this time. Hi. It's so good to see you. Thank you for being here. Again, if you're just now joining us, please say hello in the chat so that I can welcome you personally. We're going to start picking your cards in just 1 second. I just want to make sure all of my subscribers, all 510 of my subscribers, know that we are live right now. And listen, if you are not already subscribed to the channel and you're just now joining for the first time and you like my energy, you like what you see, you like what you hear, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you be part of our community. All right. See, copy that. Oh, get rid of that. Paste that. Post that. All right, that should be good. When will we change? That is quite the name that you've got there. When will we change? Hey, do you mind not doing that, please? It's kind of distracting. I absolutely don't mind honoring your request if you will be more specific about it. But if you're just here to troll me, thank you and welcome, because the more you talk on my live, the more YouTube pushes it out to other people. Oh, pizza. Oh. Okay. All right. Well, thank you. Thank you so much for calling me pretty and considering it distracting. Now I'm all blushy and stuff. Anyway, okay, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you happen to be new, my name is Sean. Welcome to Shon.vibes. I'm so excited to be doing this live with you guys today because, unlike my normal pick a cards where I have like a specific topic and we're, digging deep and getting all pithy and stuff, today we're just going to answer whatever questions you've got on your mind. Okay, so it is a pick your topic. Pick a card. And the way we're going to do that is you get to ask whatever question you want, and then you choose which of my three decks we get your answers from. So when will we change says, I told you to stop being so pretty. And you have that beautiful smile. Oh my God. There will be no living with me in this house here if you keep that up. When will we change? I got three decks for you guys today, and I didn't mean to do this, but they all happen to be green. And I wonder if there's some significance to that, particularly considering what I just said about being inclined to pull the citrine out, which is associated with financial wealth, career success. So we've got a couple of things symbolically that represent prosperity, financial prosperity that might be relevant to our life today. We will find out. But whether or not the color green specifically, or whether or not you guys specifically ask questions about your career today, the fact that we've got these three green decks, I do feel like there's some alignment there because green is not even like one of my favorite colors or even close. So the first deck that I have prepared for you is the Panda Tarot. Okay. And I like this deck because it's got like fun, kind of whimsical artwork. And also when I pull from this deck, it just seems to hit. Like the answers just seem to come through so quick and clear. The second deck that I have for you all today is my new Mermaid Tarot. This is not a new deck, but it's new to me. For the longest time, I wanted this. Like for the past 2 years or something. I wanted this deck, but it was always like overpriced for what it is. And just recently they had it on Amazon for $21. And I was like, yes, please. So I've been doing a lot of personal readings for myself with this deck over the past couple of weeks since I got it. And I absolutely love it. Oh, let me show you some of that artwork too. Okay. So that's their, if I'm reading that correctly, because it's backwards for me, Four of Swords. Yeah, Four of Swords. Okay. And then the third deck that I have for you today is the Gilded Tarot Royale by Ciro Marchetti. I used to pull from this deck so much on my channel, particularly when the channel was specifically focused on career readings, calling in career readings, career money readings. It's been a while since I've been focused that way. But anyway, so also greenback. This one's got more like a Renaissance-y feel. Oh, wait, that's upside down. Hold on. Like the artwork on that it's very like old school English or British. So it kind of feels like, I'm pretty sure it's the Renaissance that this feels like. For sure. That's your Queen of Wands on that deck. All right. So those are the three decks that you have to choose from. And I can start by doing like a general pull for you guys just to get us going. And as you have questions that you would like me to specifically answer for you, please put them in the chat so that I can do that. I just noticed that like half of my deck is upside down and half of it is not. All of these have been pre-shuffled. Okay. So do we have, let me double check here. I'm going to come to, where are you? I can't seem to pull it up here. I'm going to be where you guys are so that we're looking at the same thing, so that as you post in the chat, I can address whatever it is you're saying, thinking, or feeling. Mel says, believe it or not, I don't have a question. I just came to visit. Well, do you want to just chit chat for a while until we have some questions come up? Because I'm happy to just say hey and talk to you. How is your week going, Miss Mel? Other than being bored at work, how is it so far for you this week? My week's been kind of like, I don't know, a little bit stressful, a little bit hectic. Maybe that's why I was like, oh, let me do another live. Because I really, really love connecting with you guys through these. It makes me feel really, really good. How is your week going so far? There we go. All right. Now I can look at the chat on my phone. There we go. Yeah. How's your week going so far? You say it's going pretty well. I have house to myself for the week. Oh, girl, I know you are loving that. Make sure you do all the things that you never let yourself do when other people are around because you're like worried they're going to come home soon, or yeah, basically that's the thing when you live with other people, right? There's always like this concern that they're going to come home soon, or maybe it's too loud. Like for me, it would be singing. I'm a belter. And so I don't tend to sing when other people are home because I just feel like it'll be too loud for them. 1,000, oh no, that's 1,000,000%. 1,000,000%. I have not seen anybody do 1,000,000% yet. Okay, again, if you are just now joining us, tell me in the chat what you would like your reading to be about, and then you can choose from the 3 decks. Yeah, you guys are being really quiet today. I might have to carry this. Are y'all gonna make me do all the work? Or is it because y'all are at work and you can't like chat, you know? Let me start us off. I'm gonna start us off. Okay, so let's just take a second to connect with each other. Energetically and with our guides as well. Beautiful. So to start us off, I'm going to do a general pull. Energies for you to either be aware of or make use of. That's what we'll start with. Okay, we're going to ask our guides for that. And then if you have specific questions that you would like me to answer for you, put those in the chat. So, general energies, again, your decks to choose from. Panda Tarot is pile 1. Mermaid Tarot is option 2. And the Gilded Tarot Royale is option 3. So checking in with our guides. Let's find out what the pile 1 general energies message is right now. General blind pull right now. So right away, you got the Justice card. The Justice card. And I feel like that has, of course, that has to do with fairness, right? Things working out, things being righted for you. And I feel like there's also a little bit of finally, like the energy of finally, or it's about time, or I've been waiting for that. So I'm getting relief. Relief is coming to you, okay? Around a topic that has been convoluted or crazy making, definitely has felt unfair. I'm getting something around like having felt like you were beyond this thing, almost like you can't believe that you are having to deal with this situation again, or this kind of situation again, this kind of person again. It's going to work out. It is going to work out, and it's going to work out in your favor. Hello, April. Wait, welcome. 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 It's so good to see you again. All right, so that's the first thing we got for those of you who picked pile 1 instead in terms of general energies. So April, since you're just joining us, let me let you know what we're doing. We are right now, I'm just doing a general energy pull for you guys. You can choose between 3 decks. This is deck 1, Panda Tarot, deck 2, Mermaid Tarot, and deck 3, Gilded Tarot Royale. And then on top of that, if you have a specific question that you would like me to answer for you, put that in the chat. And again, you can choose which of the 3 decks you want for your insight and guidance there. All right, going back to this pile 1 general energy pull. So we have relief, things finally working out in your favor. Definitely an energy of like, it's long overdue. Okay, long overdue. So feel encouraged and secure about that. Ooh. Oh, we also got the Ace of Cups. So this feels like it's specifically about love for you. It could be romantic love. I'm getting that most strongly. Like, remember that song from, I think it was the 90s? Finally, it has happened to me right in front of my face. Blah, 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 blah. I can't sing it all because I hate that song, but I really hate that song. But it is that kind of energy, like finally meeting the right person or finally being treated the right way in your romantic love life, in your love life. However, it could also be referencing finally getting the love you deserve within another situation, like with a friendship or family. I feel like it's less likely that though, because just in general, family dynamics are pretty much set in stone. They don't really change very often, right? Like if you come from a family where you feel like you aren't seen or misunderstood, aren't accepted, there's typically not some magic moment where that just changes. It would usually take the entire family going to therapy individually on their own and then coming back together as new versions of themselves for a family dynamic to change. However, with our love life, when something or someone doesn't work out, we get rid of that person or they get rid of us, and then we move on and we meet another person, and it's an opportunity for a fresh start. And so that's what this feels like. So again, for pile one, what we're getting here for you is this energy of like things long overdue working out for you, and quite possibly in the realm of your romantic love life. Also could just be in reference to something that you love very much. So again, for me, that would be performing, for sure. Not that romance doesn't matter. So let's see who else has joined us here. So April still said hey again from before. Mel said, did they redo the Panda Tarot? The artwork looks different. This is a different one, actually. So you're probably thinking of, I can't remember the name of the other one, but it's on Tarot Stack. I can't remember the exact name of it. And it's a little lighter feeling, less like these are very vibrant jewel tone colors. The other one is it's not quite pastels, but it's a little bit lighter in the hues. And God, what is it called? You know what? I can just look it up real quick because it looks like everybody that's with us right now, you guys are all friends. Looks like all of you guys are either Patreon members, all of y'all are Patreon members because Trish just joined us too. Hey, T, good to see you. All right, Tarot Stack Panda Tarot. The Way of the Panda Tarot is the one that you're probably thinking of, Mel, because that's one that I've seen lots of tarot readers use on YouTube. Excuse me. And I happen to love that deck. Also was way out of my price range for a very long time. But this one is actually by Los Garabio, I think is how you say it. If Inacia was here, she'd be able to say for certain how you pronounce it. So it is a different Panda Tarot deck, and I absolutely love it. It's fun and kind of childlike in its artistry, but it works for me. All right, let's see who else is. Oh, pile two. Pile two on general. Hold on. There we go. Pile two on general energies. That is your mermaid tarot that we're about to pick from. So unknowing T says, boy kisser has been spawned. I don't know exactly what that means, but I am so glad that you're here because you feel like a fun person. So, tell me more about this boy kisser being spawned. What is that all about? All right, general energies from your guides for those of you who pulled the or seeking to get your answers from the Mermaid Tarot. What do we have here? Ooh, that slid right up. Again, the Justice card. That is two piles in a row where the first card out is the Justice card. Can y'all see that all right? Because like I have to put it so y'all can see it and then I can't see it. There we go. Justice card again for those of you who picked pile two. Interesting. Justice card. I'm not energies for you. Oh, okay. Let's get a couple more cards for you guys specifically to see how justice relates to you, because it doesn't seem to have the same exact energy or feeling as those of you who got justice card in the first pile. I'm seeing, let me say that better. It's not that I'm seeing darkness, it's that there is darkness. Not darkness as in badness or heavy energies, but darkness as in a lack of clarity, maybe even confusion. Being kept in the dark is what I'm getting. I did, Trish, I did say that the first pile was a panda theme. Yes, ma'am. All right, let's see what else comes through for you guys in a second. So you got two of swords. All right, so yeah, that makes sense with that sense that I had of being kept in the dark. There is a decision that you are feeling like you have to make. You feel like you have to come up with an answer right away, but this is not the time. It won't be the right decision right now. Balance your needs. So here, justice might have more to do with balance than it has to do with things working out. Balance your need to move forward or your need to make a decision with waiting for what some might call divine timing, others might call just getting more information. It's not the time for you to decide something yet. This period of it, you have to allow yourself to be in a period of uncertainty right now. And as you get closer and closer to, or let me say that better. As you try to work out or make your decision, don't rely so much on the analytical mind because that is causing some confusion for you. It's like you have various thoughts around the thing that are in conflict with each other, so they're fighting. For you, think about like the Rider-Waite-Smith version of Two of Swords. There's a woman sitting on a beach. The moon is behind her, the ocean is behind her, and she's blindfolded. And typically, when I get that card in the reading, it makes me feel as though the guidance here is in decision making, relying less on what you can see and therefore also what you can analyze, and more on what you are instinctively feeling, your intuition. Okay. And I'm getting for you, you'll feel it here in the heart chakra space more so than needing to rely on like gut feeling, which oftentimes is fear based. This justice card and the balance that it represents has to do to some extent with effort and surrender, doing your part and then letting go. Not everything falls on your shoulders, even though sometimes it may feel like it does, or historically it has. This period of darkness, this uncertainty, this lack of clarity, it's part of the process for you right now. Let that be there. Let that live. If you've already done your part, now it's time to just let go and wait until the light starts to shine and you can have clarity again. If you have not done your part yet, do the part that's yours to do, and then again let go and sit with the discomfort of the darkness, the uncertainty, the lack of clarity. Because if you try too hard to work this out, you're going to have conflicting thoughts. You're going to have conflicting energy within yourself, and that is not going to help you go further down your path in the right direction, ultimately right direction for you. Okay. Let's see what you guys have here. So Unknowing T says, yeah, so odd do a boss battle, but nah. Yes. Yes. I get it. Social media is not your first language. No problem. All right. T's Corner. Yay. I love pandas. Definitely my spirit animal. Interesting. So you must be a very fun loving energy. Like in general, when I've interacted with you for your private readings, you do feel very fun. So that makes sense to me, that definitely makes sense to me. I'm glad that you liked that deck. Mel says, now I know why I was born between 1 and 2. Fill me in, Mel, because I don't quite get what you're saying there. Now I know. Oh, torn. Duh. Maybe if I could read. Now I know why I was torn between 1 and 2. Absolutely. Totally makes sense. There were pieces of the message for you about the energies right now in both of those piles. We are going to move on now, people, to number 3. Deck number 3 is the Gilded Tarot Royale. And again, in case you were just joining us, right now what I'm doing is general energy pull from these 3 decks. But if you have a specific question, you get to pick your topic today in our life. So write it or type it in the chat, and I will answer your specific question. And I will do it by allowing you to pick from these 3 piles. So it is a pick a pile or pick a card, and that you get to choose your deck. And on top of that, you get to pick your topic. All right, so this last one for the general energies for our blind pull is Gilded Tarot Royale. Let's see what comes through for you guys right now as your guidance. Interesting. It's possible that not many of you chose this pile. Or you too are struggling with uncertainty and insecurity, because it is taking a while for anything to come through. And this tends to be a flipper deck. I tend to have like flipper decks, picker decks, and shooter decks. The flipper ones are when like the card just flips as I'm shuffling. The shooter decks are the one where the card like slides out while I'm shuffling. And then the picker decks are the ones where I can just sit here and pick forever and nothing happens. And then I have to, see, it just shot. It's shot. And then I have to like deliberately pick a card. And I don't trust those as much because I'm like, Anyway, we say here, T, I would love a general message from the Panda deck. Oh, honey, we did that already. But we can do one specific to you in just a second, okay? So if you go back and watch this, I'm going to be putting timestamps later. I want you to go back and look at that general message that came through also, because I feel, especially knowing some of your story that I do know, that is a good deck for you to, or a good message for you to go and get. But we will also pick specifically for you in just a second a general message from, yeah, that was definitely for you, actually. Interesting. Okay, so this shout out, this is for those of you who chose pile 3, Gilded Tarot Royale. You have the 4 of Wands. 4 of Wands. So the energy for you right now, again, this concept of family is coming through. But I'm getting chosen family more so than I'm getting family of origin or biological family. For those of you who don't know the phrasing or the term family of origin, or don't like it, it could be that that's a triggering term for you. I'm getting chosen family. So this could be like, maybe you collaborate with people in the kind of work that you do and you absolutely love collaborating with them. It feels like, it feels like you belong together. Or there might be an environment like when I used to work at a ballet studio before I moved to Los Angeles. I worked at a ballet studio here in Charlotte, and that felt like my family to me. Not like, oh, they feel like my family. No, that place, that environment, that energy, I just always felt at home there. I always felt welcome there. So it could be something like that. Or it could be that you have a group of friends, or maybe people that you've connected with in like a, what do you call it? Support group scenario or whatever. But definitely soul family. Yes, thank you. Thank you. So we're getting this energy here for you guys that are attracted to group 3 or to pile 3 of the right people for the moment. Definitely. So I'm getting for you, don't hesitate to reach out to these people. Don't need there to always be like some kind of an event or some kind of reason for having to or getting to connect with these people. Sometimes just be the initiator. There is such a blessing to you in the support that you get from the people that you consider your soul family or your chosen family. Or maybe you've not used those words to describe them before, and it was more like, I just really like when I'm around these people. Give yourself more opportunities to connect with them is what I'm getting, is the message for you right now. Even if you have to be the initiator of those things. And eventually over time, what I'm getting is you will see they will start reaching out to you more also. But in the beginning or right now, you might have to be the one to initiate that, because maybe it's just on you. Like there may not be like a reason, but maybe it's just on you. You say, yes, can I pick up, oh, this is Lil Mommy 75. All right, Lil Mommy 75. That could be my name too, because that's the year I was born. Do y'all like how I'm owning that these days? Owning my old ass. All right, so now we're going to do your individual ones because T has just asked for a general message from the Panda deck. So we're going to do that for her. And then Lil Mommy 75, let me show you the decks really quickly so that you can pick your card in just a second too. Make sure you make it clear to me what your question is that we'll be answering, unless you also want a general message at the time. So for Lil Mommy 75, this is deck number 1, it's the Panda Tarot. Deck number 2 is the Mermaid Tarot. And deck number 3 is the Gilded Tarot Royale. If you are just now joining us, please say hello in the chat so that I can welcome you and place your question there. T, are you still here? I'm assuming you're still here, because like the last thing I saw you say is, oops, sorry. And I really hope that you didn't say that and then feel like you needed to disappear or go straight to the beginning of the video. I'm hoping you're still around so that I can give you your general message that you asked for. I'm reshuffling these just a tad since we did just pull from them. I'm here. Okay, good, T. Let's do this, girl. So pulling from the Panda deck, this is a general message for T. Spirit guides of T. Can you let her know, please, what you want her to be aware of at this time? Any warnings or encouragements you have for her? General guidance. We have 5 of Swords, So that's conflict and or change, but primarily a conflict card. We have 5 of Pentacles. So since we have 5 again, it definitely speaks to change, okay? Interesting. And then we have 4 of Swords. Okay. So T, because I know you, what I'm feeling here is your message is around the conflict that you are currently experiencing. Okay, we both know what that is. The for lack of a better word, my love, difficulty and challenge that's going to come with it financially for you. Okay. So while this conflict and this financial difficulty are unavoidable because of what the situation currently is, you can rest easy. That's what this 4 of Swords is referring to, okay? The key here for you is for you to just be at peace through the process, because these 2 things, the conflict and the financial requirements, that's probably a better word for me to use than difficulty. They can cause some difficulty, but it doesn't have to be detrimental difficulty, right? Because the conflict and the financial requirements are unavoidable in the situation, you just have to accept them. You have to go with the flow in them, okay? And that is your 4 of Swords here. The best way for you to get through this, not completely unscathed, but in alignment, right? And getting to your best outcome fastest, faster, is relax. When something happens, don't get tense. When something changes, don't get tense. No, okay, this is part of the process. Oh yeah, I knew this was coming. Or, oh, I didn't know this was coming. I didn't know this was coming, but I can handle it. All right. Peace is how you prosper, is what I just heard. Peace is how you prosper right now, okay? So these changes are inevitable. The conflict that comes with it is inevitable. However, being dysregulated, being disoriented, having drama, being unhappy, being sad and scared, those are optional. Those are optional. You can take the path of peace with this. And since you do consider panda to be your spirit animal, and it is, we associate, I think not just associate, but the pandas are in Asia. If I'm not mistaken, it's Japan, China, one of those. Taoism, which is a Chinese philosophy for living. It's my favorite philosophy for living. It's the practice that I live. Look into Taoism. Look into it for sure. Or shoot me a message, because I know you got my email, and I will send you a link to some channels where you can start to learn about Taoism. But basically, it's a go with the flow way of life. And for me, since 2004, it has been invaluable. And I think you can really, really, really benefit from that. All right, who's next? Lil Mommy says, can I pick a card? We talked about that. Oh, and Lyric, you'd like to pick also. Okay, Lyric, we're going to come to you second, because Lil Mommy, or third, Lil Mommy just came up and said she wants to go. And Lil Mommy says the third deck. Okay, so for you, that's going to be the Gilded Tarot Royale. And then you say, Ramon last night want me to go with me. Was he going to have somebody? Oh, was he going to have somebody fight you? Oh, I hate this for you. Okay, let's see what we can find out here. Oof, somebody fight me. And how could he do that? T, you said that sounds good. Thank you. You are very welcome, darling. You are very, very, very welcome. I'm glad I was able to give you that message today. It's a good thing that you, I'm assuming you saw my email, and that's how you ended up joining us for this live. Okay. Little Mommy 75. Let's find out. Whew. So we have Knight of Pentacles. That's interesting. Let's see what else comes out for you here. Spirit Guides, Little Mommy 75. Was Ramon trying to have somebody fight Little Mommy? And if so, how could he do that? We have 8 of Cups. Knight of Pentacles, 8 of Cups. What guidance can you give Little Mommy 75 right now, please? Three of Swords. Okay, here's the thing. One of the things that you, and then at the back of the deck is the star card. Okay. And the reason why I'm showing you that, even though I didn't happen to do that with the last pull, is because a card that fell out as I was shuffling, but did not feel like a pull, was this star card. And so I stuck it back in here, kept shuffling. That's how we got your other three cards. And then it just so happens that star card still showed up. So this is the general energy. Okay. Star card is energy of hope. I also personally tend to like to read the star card as being letting you know how important you are, that you are the star. Take that with a grain of salt. That's a Sean thing, more so than a downloads in this moment thing. But in terms of the interpretation of your cards that you got here, Lil Mommy 75, you have the Knight of Pentacles. Knights are action-oriented people, okay? Now, Pentacles we usually associate with good things. However, like money, right? Or career. But Pentacles is really about physical things. So that could be your health, right? That could be, when we talk about fighting, we are typically talking about something that is physical. So this Knight of Pentacles coming up here, specifically regarding your question, feels like it is an indication that, yeah, he was trying to start something, which knights do. They start things, they take action, start something physical. All right. So the answer to your question there was yes. And then Eight of Cups is telling you to move on from this situation, whatever it is that he is creating in your life, to let yourself, as hard as it may be, to move on. Even though you don't know what the path ahead may be, what lies ahead for you, what it looks like, move forward to something that makes you feel better, because you don't want a connection with someone. You didn't say here whether or not this was a love connection or a sibling. Whatever the connection is, if it's someone who you feel has the ability or would even have the willingness that it would even cross their mind to put you in any sort of physical danger, move away from that person. Get rid of that energy in your life. Not by focusing on, oh, I'm leaving this person, or thinking too much about them, what they might be doing or why, but more so focusing on you and what's going to work for you and what you want, because we attract what we focus on. That's what law of attraction and manifestation is. So focus on what would be right for you. Justin hates when I do this, by the way, you guys, because he sees that, which is not ever what I'm doing, but maybe sometimes when he pisses me off. But anyway, so focus on what is right for you, okay? And go towards that. We oftentimes read Eight of Cups as going away from the thing that's not working, but it is also going towards the thing that will work better for us, okay? Because look at that light in the horizon there. That's the sun rising, and that again is hope energy. We'll get back to that in just a second. And then finally, Little Mommy 75, you had this Three of Swords. And I feel like this answers your question as to why he would do something like that. And this Three of Swords seems to represent a few things. First of all, this is an unhappy person. This is an unhappy person. Part of their unhappiness has nothing to do with you. It lives inside of them because of their own shit. It's literally got nothing to do with you. At the same time, I am getting that there is something that Ramon specifically blames you for. Whether or not you actually did something that was unjust towards him, unfair towards him, or he just interpreted it that way, that's how he can be the kind of person that would put you in some sort of physical danger, get someone to fight you, okay? That is, again, not an energy that you need in your life. Even if it was the most benign reason that his heart is broken, that he is walking around with this very heavy, dark kind of energy, still not your problem. He is not you and you are not him. So to the extent that you can, try to detach from this person and this situation, remembering that there is hope for you in your life. But you have to choose that hope. You cannot keep choosing the thing that causes you hardship and expect things to get better, unfortunately. All right. I hope you found that helpful. I really, really do. And you know what? I don't know him personally, but bump Ramon. On behalf of everybody here in this live right now, here are my words for Ramon. Boom. All right. So what do we have here? T says, oh, that sounds good. Thank you. You're welcome, darling. You are so very, very welcome. And then Mel says, good luck, T. I love that. Okay, Lyric, are you still here? April, you still here, girl? I forgot which, did you tell me what deck you want? If I know you, it's 3. You have not yet told me. So let me know what deck you want to get your message from. And while I wait for you to put that in the chat, oh, and also what your specific question, yes, yes, you are still here. Okay, great. What deck? Let me remind you of what they are. We have the Panda Tarot. This is what the artwork looks like. We have the Mermaid Tarot. And I'm dropping stuff all over. Hold on. This is what the artwork looks like. I shifted those cards so that you could see better. Oh, look at that World card. So that's the World, and that's the Queen of Pentacles. And that's the Fool. I love this deck so much. Okay. And then we have April, the Gilded Tarot Royale. And you just saw, because I was just pulling from this one for Lil Mommy 75. That's what the artwork looks like. It's more of a Renaissance feel. If you have not already liked this live and you are enjoying my energy and our reading, our time together here today, please, you want Mermaid Tarot? You got it, girl. Please go ahead and give a like here so that YouTube knows that people are enjoying this content in our community. And they will push it out to more people who could probably, possibly, maybe benefit from what we do here together whenever I do these lives. All right, I got the Mermaid Tarot here for you, Miss Lyric. Also, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, do that. Do it. Please do it. All right. Pulling from the Mermaid Tarot for Miss April. What, oh, you know what? It just hit me. I always read your name, and for some reason in my mind, it was like, maybe sometimes she likes to go by Lyric and sometimes she likes to go by April, but I just realized it says Lyric and April. I'm not going to say it here on this live because, you know, your personal business, but it just hit me who Lyric is. So it's always just April. Hi, April. Okay, do you have a specific question, girl, or do you just want a general message from this Mermaid's deck in your guides? Listen, I'm slow. Let's say, yeah, not me. No, not you. Anyway, message for Miss April. And part of why I think I'm just getting that is because I think you just told me like last week, whenever I did your last personal reading, I think is when I first found out who Lyric was. I don't think you ever told me before who that was. So anyway, specific question or just general? Also, if you happen to just be joining us, please say hi in the chat so that I can welcome you. So April says, no specific question, but it feels like romantic prospects are showing rather good, or something to learn from. What's up? Or can I keep hiding like I want to? Examine that desire to hide and what it feels like, what the energy of that feels like for you. Okay. So there can be times when hiding, it's like, oh, this feels good. It's like a warm blanket. It's like being wrapped up in a comforter. Like Justin came home last night and it was like 7 o'clock and I was already in the bed. Y'all, I had already taken my shower for the day because the day I had just had me a little bit frazzled. And so I wanted to withdraw from the energies that I had experienced that day. And so I took a shower. I got in the bed. I was wrapped up in the comforter. That hiding felt good. That's like hermit card level hiding, right? But then there are times when we're hiding because we're trying to avoid a situation or a person or against specific energies. And then that is not necessarily a good hiding, even though it might be necessary. So test the energy. You know how I like to say, taste the thing, taste it. And know that if you feel like hiding, either way, it's okay. Just maybe give yourself a time limit on if it's that you're running away from something. Yeah. All right. So let's see. Spirit guides of April. What messages do you have for her right now? So what I'm going to do with you, April, is a little bit different than what I did with the other two. I'm going to pull a card to find out the topic so that we see if there's a focus right now on romance or if it might be something else. Okay. And then we'll do your cards from that, since you made it an either or. Interesting. You got the Moon card. This feels like it's dealing with that hiding energy we're talking about, right? Because you read too, so I know you know all the meanings of Moon card. And also interesting here that there's a siren. I love this siren. Yeah, so this might have to do with this hiding that you're doing. But notice how she's coming out of the water. Because you know, like in the Moon card, the traditional Moon card, There's like a crustacean of some sort coming out of the water. It could be a lobster. It could, some people say crab. I just think that means they don't know what a crab looks like, because that ain't a crab. It might be a crawfish, most likely a lobster. But anyway, it's coming out of the water because that's, it's signifying something coming into our consciousness or our awareness that has been hidden or misunderstood for a long time. What do you say here? You say, I'm confused about which is it since it's been so long. Gotcha. I get that. And then you said siren, calling people to me. Yes. But I think it's more than just calling people to you. I think there's something here also around direction, right? How do I say it? Showing people the way, whether that is on a romantic sense or not. Because again, remember I said the first card we were going to do is to see what it's about. And this might even have to do with your calling, even though we don't typically associate moon card with calling, because the siren does that, right? Think about Greek mythology. The siren, she sang, the sirens, they sang, and the sailors heard their melodies and that drew them in that direction. So there's almost something here maybe about you being a beacon. Let's see what else comes up with your other three cards though. Unknowing T says, boy kisser is back. Hi, boy kisser. Okay. Focusing back on Miss April. The messages here. But definitely that hiding energy you talked about. It feels like a coming out of, hold on, I dropped it. Coming out of hiding. And you see how she's half in the water and half out. And particularly with your saying you feel, it's been so long, like you feel a little confused about what it might be. I think this is about like you sensing, water is feelings, sensing that it is time for you to start coming out of hiding. A part of you wants to stay hidden, but a part of you is not just ready to come out, but come out and make yourself known. Come out and sing your song, It doesn't have to literally be singing, however, if you want to be like, I'm every woman, nobody will hate you for that. But it's more like singing your song as in letting yourself exist, letting yourself be seen, be seen, be seen, be seen, be seen and heard. All right, let's see what else comes through for you. And I just heard take your time. And letting yourself take your time with it. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. It doesn't have to be, I'm completely hitting and I'm completely seen, because that can make you feel vulnerable depending on what you have experienced in your life at all, and in particular lately. So it could be more along the lines of, and I said this one wasn't going to get preachy teachy. Anyway, it could be more along the lines of, just let yourself come out a little bit. Share yourself with people a little bit, expose yourself, no pun intended, a little bit. We say, that's how I feel, halfway in, halfway out. Yeah, ready to shine, also loving the solitude. Lasai, I love that. And so what that could be for you, April, is maybe this period of hiding you've been in has been to help you learn that you should live with both of those things. It's called balance. And starting to incorporate more in your life going forward, times to be there and then times to pull away for the self. Some people, because we tend to talk in terms of like introvert or extrovert, but some of us, you might be like me, and we've established on many occasions that we have a lot of similarities, you and I. For me, I'm really good with the public and people and talking and stuff. This is actually a lot easier for me. I'm realizing as I'm saying this to you than being with actual people, like their actual energies. But I can do that, and I do it. And as a theater artist, I definitely have done it plenty, right? But then what I tend to need to do is to recuperate afterwards. The same with the teaching. When I'm teaching, because I teach classes as opposed to one-on-one, and there's a lot that's needed. So it's a pull on the energy. And I have it to give, and I give it at high levels, and I give it all positive. And then after that, I need to retreat. And that could be that for you, whether it's about your teaching that you do or other things, just incorporating in your life for yourself that balance a little bit more than you might have historically. Okay, the next. You have Four of Wands. I can't remember if you were here earlier when Four of Wands came up, but here it is again. Earlier when it came up, there was something there around finding your people, soul family. This can help you feel safer than you might have felt before when it comes to coming out of the hiding. Don't come out of the hiding and put yourself around the same people that made you need to hide in the first place. And if there's one particular person, sure as shit, don't go back to that person. Like, when you're ready to start coming out of the hiding at whatever level you do, all or maybe just a little bit, do it with the intention of finding the right people to connect with. Now, in general, like I said earlier, I read this as, it was a different deck, but I read it as soul family or chosen family, the people that we feel most supported by. But here with you, because you did mention it, and here we have that moon nice and big again, we also have a very romantic vibe here, right? So definitely a guidance here to take your time in love. And it sounds, that can sound like I'm like it's condescending advice, but it's not meant to be from either me or your guides. It's just a reminder, because particularly when we find someone that we like, we might get so excited that we forget that this is still a brand new person to us. So take your time. Do it a little at a time. Yes, my career and art makes me super public, but I've learned on my healing journey, I need lots of recharge time. Yes, afterwards, same. And it's also probably, even more so true for you because you are a mother. And so you constantly, even when you're not working, you have someone who needs something from you, right? Uh, it's the same for me, actually, now that I think about Justin. I don't think he's watching right now because he's at work. So I can say that. He's not a child, but God, sometimes it could just feel like, anyways. So, who's this? HUD Squad Gaming said, keep the good work. Thank you so much. That is very, very, very nice of you. What's this say? I don't know how to say it. Mishra. I hope I'm not saying, I know I'm saying your name wrong. Please forgive me is what I should say. You can absolutely ask a question. So feel free to plug it into the chat so I can answer it for you. April says, LOL, men and kids are the same energy. Girl. And I blame the mamas for that. I blame the mamas for that. You get these moms that have these boy children and they decide that they don't have to teach these kids accountability at all. They don't have to, their sons, accountability at all. They get no responsibilities other than mowing the damn lawn and taking out the trash, as though that's enough to make a life work. And so the thinking is they're going to marry some girl or meet some girl that's going to take good care of them. And I'm just thinking, as a woman, I would not want to put that on another woman. I would want to raise my son, if I had one, in such a way that he would be an asset to this other woman that he's going to meet eventually, not a fucking drain on her. And I certainly, certainly would not expect her to mother him, because my love of the feminine energy, the power that I think that we are, and all of the asset to the world that we are, I would want her energy freed up to do shit that really matters, not take care of his ass. But that's me. Okay, so LOL, men and kids, same energy, it's fine. Yeah, what's your question? I'd love to answer your question. Oh, I'm saying your name fine. Okay, thank you, sweetheart. Thank you for being kind to me there. And Mel says yes. Yeah, I know you feel it, Mel. All right, let's get a couple more cards really quickly. So Lyric, 10 of Wands, that's that overwork. So yeah, just be careful of overwork, okay? So these two together, coming along with your moon card and everything that we've already discussed, these two together are saying it is time for you to start coming out of hiding. Do it a little bit at a time. Be mindful of the people that you expose yourself to. One of the things that's going to help you with being able to feel safe and joyful and supported in this new iteration of your life as you come out of hiding is connecting with the right people and not doing too much. So really, so much of the guidance for you right now is about balance as you go ahead and start letting yourself graduate from where you are and move forward. Last card for you, Miss Lady. 7 of Swords. This one feels like being truthful to yourself. 7 of Swords can talk about being deceived. All right. And what I'm getting for you here is we cannot be deceived by others when we are honest with ourselves. So let yourself see what you see, know what you know, hear what you hear. Don't second guess yourself. Don't doubt yourself. Don't feel the need to make excuses for anybody else's behavior on any level ever. Okay. And that is also going to help you to manage life without feeling like you need to hide so much anymore. Still taking the time out for yourself is good. The recharging is necessary. But the key to your feeling aligned and successful as you come back out into the world, so to speak, is to like be honest with yourself at all times. And if someone doesn't feel right, I don't, I, I don't know why I came up with that. I don't know what that is, but Sean. All right, what's it say here? You said, OMG, I just channeled that exact message earlier when journaling about being deceived. Yeah. If it feels like a lie, it is. Or as Judge Judy used to say, oh, girl. And then the back of deck energy for you is Knight of Wands. So definitely there's a dude coming. All right. Lean on yourself, trust yourself as that dude comes. He's going to be very, very passionate, might sweep you off your feet. Remember, first stage is new stage. You're just learning that person, so take your time. But as Judge Judy used to say, what she used to say, hold on. If it doesn't make sense, it's not true, I think is what she used to say. I used to quote her all the time, but I can't think right now of what it was. April, you said, OMG, same message. Thanks for the ever constant confirmation. You are very, very welcome. All right. So we have Divyasana. I think I said that right. Mishra. Does Arjun stalking my WhatsApp status? We're going to find that out in just a second. I'm going to take a quick break because we've been on for an hour. And it's just literally, like a 30-second break while I run and go get my charger so I can plug that into the computer. And I don't lose you guys as we continue to do this wonderful, wonderful connecting with one another. I'll be right back. Okay, I have returned. We are going to find out. Arjun is how I assume we're saying that. You want to know if they are stalking your WhatsApp status. This is your first pile that you can choose from. It's the Panda Tarot. Pile 2 is the Mermaid Tarot. And pile 3 is the Gilded Tarot Royale. So let me know in the chat here, Divyasana, which of the decks you would like while I reshuffle them, because we just did 2 pulls. And if you're just now joining us, please say hi in the chat so that I can welcome you. My name is Shon. I am so glad that you are with us here today. If you have a very specific question that you would like answered, I will be happy to answer that for you if you will put it in the chat. Or if you would just like a general message for your reading today, we could do that as well. I will be adding timestamps to this video after we've finished the live. But for now, you can just join us from where we have, because, oh yes, this is why I'm mentioning timestamps, because at the beginning of our video, I did a general poll for the collective at large. And so you can choose to get your messages, pile 1, 2, or 3 from that as well, using those timestamps. All right, Divyasana, you have not told me which deck you want. I don't even know if you are still here. Are you still with us today? That is not a real song, people. It's not even one of my best. Let's see what we have going on here while we wait for Divyasana to... I'm going to go back through and see if she's picked a... No, she didn't pick a pile already. Yes? No, maybe? Still getting used to this hair, y'all. Okay, we'll give it just a couple more seconds because I'm starting to lose people while we're waiting for her. And I don't want to lose people for somebody who might not even still be here. Raise your hand or put in the chat. Give me a reaction emoji if you think that Divyasana is already gone. She was like, I'm tired of hearing about April. I need to know about my WhatsApp. And she just pieced out. Like, what do you think? I feel like she did. I feel like she did. Mel, you're very kind. You say you love the new hair. Thank you. I sometimes like it. It's like I like it when I start the day, but then as the day goes on, it's just like, ugh. And that's the exact face I make every day. She's crazy. Yeah, I think this person is gone. And since they are not here to pick their deck, we are going to move on. Is there anybody else who has a different question that they would like me to answer for them? Or are we done? Have we done our live? This is the longest live I have done. It's been a full hour. We just hit the 1 hour mark. I want to thank all of you who joined me today. Before I wrap up, what I will say is this. If you are not already familiar with my Patreon, you should totally check it out. A lot of the people that you saw here in the chat today are members of my Patreon community. This is one of the reasons why I know them so well and can talk so personally to them. So for you to get that same kind of benefit from these lives, maybe you should connect with us on a regular basis in the same way as these ladies do on my Patreon. I have 3 levels of membership for you to choose from. The first is called, oh God, I forget this every time, Lilac Spark. And it gives you access to my Divine Money podcast. By the way, ladies, I am doing a brand new episode of that for you this week. The Divine Money podcast is where you learn from me. I give you coaching on how to make money off of your artistic and or spiritual gifts without feeling guilt. A lot of people who have special talents like those feel like it's wrong to charge for them, and that is BS. So I teach you how to do it and do it without guilt. The second level of membership gives you access to that podcast, as well as any random tarot readings that I do throughout the month. I usually get hits for my Patreon community late at night from my guides, and whatever hits I get tend to be applicable to, oh, 1, 2, 3 on my clock. Look at that. Tend to be applicable for my community members as well. So you get that. You also get my original meditations and activations to help you with wealth creation, growing wealth, again, aligning with the work that you're here to do, or just personal empowerment, self-love, that kind of thing. And access to my live art courses, like the art talks that we're currently doing to help bust any creative blocks you may have. And that one, like I said, is called Lavender Ember. That is the second level. The third level gives you everything that we've already talked about, and one included personal reading per month. I had to like get the words for that right in my head. One included personal reading per month. So every single month you get to have a personal reading included with your membership. This one is called Violet Flame. It is only $25. So you get all that stuff I already talked about, and you get a personal reading every month. So if you have not already checked out my Patreon, please consider doing so. I consider myself to be a life and wealth coach for spiritual workers, energy workers, and of course, creative artists like myself, because I am all of those things. If you want to learn from me or just hang out with me or teach me, because I learn from y'all too, come and join us over at patreon.com/Shon Wilson. Mel says, thank you for the work break. Back to Bubble Shooter in my book, LOL. Fingers crossed things pick up here soon. Thank you. I appreciate that, Mel. And you know, one way you can help that happen for me is share this video with anybody you think might benefit from it. All right, everybody, it looks like Devyasana never came back, so she will never know what's going on with her WhatsApp and that person who, oh, Arjun, whether or not Arjun is stalking her WhatsApp. But I'm gonna go with no. No, he ain't into you like that. All right, guys. Talk to you later. Mel said all those things and more. Yes. You guys, thank you so much for being here with me today, and I will see you in my next one. Bye. You're very welcome, T. I should stick around for just a second so we could say bye. I meant at work. Oh, pick up there at your job. Okay, I thought you meant on my channel, though I could use that as well. But yes, I hope things pick up at your job too. You like my small community. Well, Patreon will probably always be small. You hear creators say all the time that they created their Patreon so that they could have that personal connection with people. YouTube, however, it would be great for me if YouTube could grow. You know, there are many, many reasons why that would be beneficial for me, and therefore, in the long run, beneficial for those of you in my small Patreon community as well. So, but I'm glad you like it. Probably, you know, that personal touch makes a huge difference, doesn't it? Like the video. If you have not liked this video, like it now. 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 Okay, I'm gonna go now.